Okay, so first, so I'm going to just go straight to the assignment, which is on Google Classroom, and it is to do a drawing. Okay, and it's going to incorporate value and form together. It's a cool assignment. If I can get it open, bear with me. Slow Wi-Fi here. Okay, so here it is. Can everyone see my screen? Those of you at home, can I get a confirmation that you can see what I am presenting? Wonderful, thank you. Okay. All right, Art 1, classwork. Okay, so value form drawing. Hopefully it posted okay. Let's see these instructions. Let me know if like you can't access this, because I just put it on from last semester. I just copied the assignment, but it should work okay for you. Okay, so I'm going to start by showing you an introductory thing, and then we'll get into actually making something. Okay, so this is value and form. It is our final lesson. Okay, so right now we know how to shade and crosshatch, right? Everyone knows how to shade and crosshatch. You know the importance of a full value range at showing form, because I'm going to take this down, because you did the sphere drawing. Hopefully you did the sphere drawing. I didn't check it, but I will check that over the weekend. This final part will require you to create a still life, controlling the light source and rendering it using both a full value range and two techniques of cross hatching and shading with value. Okay. So there are a lot of wonderful artists that have used this kind of illusion. We're going to actually focus on Ed Rusche and his ribbon drawings. And so I'm going to show you this website of his artwork. Ed Rusche is a living artist from Los Angeles. So he is a United States artist, and he was born in Nebraska in 1937. And he did these really excellent like gunpowder ribbon drawings. Can I move on? Yeah, there we go. So that's like a little bit of a thing. So this is actually using gunpowder and colored pencil on paper. And so what he did was he actually created this by actually working with a ribbon. And we're going to do something similar where we're going to work with paper. Okay, so you can make a word, and it can be any word you like. And you can just see how lovely like the detail is here. I wonder if I could blow that up bigger. Not so much. That's okay. I'll bring it to a website too. I'm pretty sure I have that saved. Now this one's really hard to see. They're all so hard to see. There we go. Okay, that's better. Let's go back. So that one says, I don't know what that one says. Does anyone read that? Worm. So what's cool about it is it says actual text that's made by, you could do this with paper, and I'm going to show you how. Okay, here's another way of doing it is, creating this really weird wavy effect. You could make it a little flatter. Okay, and then it goes into some of his other work. Okay, so I'm going to go back to this. Okay, so what he says is he likes the idea of a word becoming a picture, almost leaving its body, then coming back and becoming a word again. And so you can get pretty creative with that. And but it doesn't have to necessarily be a word. Okay, so we're going to actually make our own by creating a still life with white objects. You can use paper or white objects. I'm going to show you how to use paper really simply. You can use strips of paper to create a word like the artist Ed Rusche does, or you can construct some other three-dimensional forms with paper by rolling it, crinkling it, taping it, folding it, doing whatever you want to make it stand. If you don't have tape or glue, you can use paper clips in a very interesting way, or get creative with in other ways. But folding paper actually will stand on its own. You don't necessarily need to have tape or glue. And so basically we're going to today create our very own composition using form. So here is another example that shows just form without actually making a word out of it. So you can get really creative with this and have some fun with it. And the idea is that then you'll draw it. So the first step for this exercise is to basically, I'm going to show you how to draw it later, but here's an example of a finished drawing. Okay, so you're going to use the blended gradation technique to do the actual objects, and then you're going to use a cross-hatching approach for the background. Okay, so that's going to be your assignment. So for today, we're going to just get creative and make our very own. And I am going to make an assignment that you're going to post a picture of it by the end of, let's say by Monday morning. Okay, so we'll get started on it right now, and we'll just do a quick demo with you, and then I'll give you some work time to do it. Okay, anyone have any questions so far on anything that you've seen, confused about? Okay, because there's instructional videos here as well, but I'm going to go ahead and get into how we're going to make this. So if you want to just if you want to get your stuff together right now, this is what we're working with. Oh, good. I do actually have more paper. Okay, so bear with me. Getting this together. All right, here we go. Okay, all right. So there's a couple of ways that you can do this. You can come at it with like a word in mind. Let's say you wanted to do, let's say you just wanted to do the word dog, right? What you would start with is, I recommend that you start with just getting a piece of paper like this, okay, and cutting it down. It looks interesting to make it like thin and then thick and then thin again, to vary it, and you can just kind of experiment. But if I wanted to make the letter D, it's pretty easy to make the letter D. And I would just do this. So if you actually don't have glue, you can probably make it work by slotting it together somehow. So I'm just going to cut it right here. It would be easiest to just cut or just tape it. But if you don't have any kind of tape or glue, you could also do something as simple as making it slot together. Okay, so this is for those of you that might not have materials. You can slot your paper together and you can get this kind of effect. Okay, it's not going to look as good as it would had you just done something like that. Okay, where you would just tape it. Okay, so you could do it like you could do your word. We'll look back at Ed Rusche stuff. Now this would have been better had I done it all the same height. So if you're doing letters, you probably should cut your strips of paper at the same like sort of length. Okay, but if you wanted to do something more artistic and just like experimental, where you show very interesting kinds of shapes and stuff. Move this down here a little bit and give myself some more workspace. This is where you can have some fun. And you can do some interesting things where you have things kind of overlapping and creating some interesting shapes. I can show you some drawings that the that last semester students did. They made amazing things. Maybe that'll inspire you too. But having shapes that are differently sized and maybe even splitting them, this is where you can get pretty creative. And you can kind of flip them around and do some interesting things like that. So I'm just going to use the tape here. Now this is where, like, if you don't have glue, if you don't have tape or a glue stick, you'll probably be better off just doing letters standing up, because that you can just use the folding technique for that. And maybe even a paper clip, right? So, okay, so the idea is by the end of the period, I want you to take a picture of it. Let me go get my phone and show you how to do that. Oops. Okay. All right, so let's just say, you know what, let me keep going just to make it a little bit more interesting. I think this actually, I think you can do this in the class time that we have quite easily. Right, so I'm just gonna kind of keep doing it. It's really interesting to do kind of an abstract thing, because if you don't like to draw like things that look realistic, this is where you can, you know, you can actually get some pretty good results without having a lot of pressure. So this is actually pretty interesting, and it looks almost like a little landscape now. Really easy, like I might turn it around and find the best vantage point. And then what I'll do is I'll take my phone, right, and I'll get my camera on. Hopefully you can take a picture during class time. Okay, and then what I'm gonna do is I'm going to find the best, see if I can do this here. I'm gonna find the best sort of like way that I would like to draw that without any kind of stuff in the background. So I'm gonna just, let's see here. I'm gonna turn it around until I get like a pretty decent photo of it. And here's my photo. Whoops, can't see it. See if I can turn it. Will it turn for me? Sometimes it turns and sometimes it doesn't. But anyway, this is now, so that's my photo. I'm gonna upload this photo, and that is what I will end up drawing. Okay, so it's really all about you capturing the essence of your sort of sculptural, like kind of interesting, like it's an abstract landscape or it's a word. Let's look at those pictures again one more time. Let's look at the pictures of, or let me show you, here we go. Let me go back to, hold on a second. I just want to show you some of Ed Rusche. I had a good, I was there before, had, sorry, bear with me, guys. This is the same website. That's not what I wanted to be on. Okay, I'm just going to do a quick search and show you some more images. Are 3D shapes fine, or can we only use strips? Oh, 3D shapes are actually pretty cool. So it's all about you setting something up. So like, I'll be honest with you, like if you look at this one is much more interesting to draw. This one that says quit or Oklahoma, right? That would probably be easier to draw than this one, only because it's a little more dynamic in terms of like having a pretty cool angle and not having a lot of negative space. So the more negative space you have, the less successful I think your drawing will be, but that's totally up to you. Do you guys want to see the drawings that my students did last semester? Might take me a few minutes to get up, but a lot of students did words. You do? Okay, of course you do. Of course you want to see what other students did. Okay, so give me a second, because we're doing good on time. We still have, it's really, you saw how quick that was? Like it really won't take you long. Shut the thing down, it's annoying. Okay, it's really not going to take you too long once you get going. You're going to actually kind of have fun with it, I think. Sorry, slower than death here. Come on, come on, come on. So it's, I don't know why that just happened. Let me close some of these out. Maybe that'll make things better. Okay, how else would you overcome them? Overcome what? I don't know what the question was. Clarify. 6th or here. It was my old. Must have been this one. Okay, so hold on one second. It's just going to take me a minute to navigate that finished value form drawing. Here we go. Okay, so this is a Padlet that my students posted on, I think. That's what I should have got to first. That's okay. Oh, how can you overcome? Oh, you want to see them so you can do better. That's good. Yes, I do too. That's why I'm showing you this now. And it's loading, taking forever to load. Here we go. Coming up. Slow emotion. Here we go. Okay. All right. So you're going to see a lot of different things. I like Charlie's. He did COVID right here. Josie did 2021. That came out really nice. Let's see if there's more ones that are just like kind of form. That's Athulia's. Stephanie Dong's bees. Oh my gosh. How nice is that one? Oh, this one's gorgeous. Mandy Jang. I don't know if you know her, but she is an art star. Really beautiful stuff. Oh, Michael McLaughlin. Really simple, but you can do a lot with it. You know, just doing the word go. This one says hello. That one turned out really nice. So let's see what else. Is there anything else that's really great? Oh, this one turned out kind of cool. It was like more like, I think he burned his paper and it says wilt on it, which was cool. Sage did her name. That turned out quite nice. So most of the kids wanted to do things that were like words. Don't be intimidated. Oh, please. I think you got this. I know you got the. Oh, Kiana Sears Night. Oh, that turned out really nice. No, because you know what? You're gonna get time to do it. Oh, this one turned out good too. Jack's Run. I love it on the pattern. I love it on a. Of course, you're gonna do better, Samantha, for sure. Don't be intimidated, you guys. Just have fun, because honestly, like, so you might want to think about what you're gonna do now. All right. So I am gonna put. Oh wait, this one came out nice too. No, by Judson Lynn. All right. So I'm going to go back to this, and I'm going to create for you guys one assignment. Okay, that's before this, because this isn't due until next week sometime. I don't remember what I put it due as, but I'm going to make an assignment attached to this now. And this assignment is going to be to photograph, like create, let's see here, photographed paper, we'll say paper form still life. Okay, so just create and photograph your paper still life, text or shapes, and upload here. I will make that worth 25 points, and we will make it due by Monday morning. So you have time to really play with it. Okay, so we'll say by Monday at 8 a.m. 8 a.m. And don't forget, next week's going to be a weird week, because next week you have, what do you have? You have Tuesday, you have as Tuesday's election day, so no school, and Wednesday's a cab day. So that's going to be crazy. Yeah, very few people use 3D shapes. So I think you guys could actually do that, especially if you look at the example. It's really quite lovely to look at that example of the drawing that was created. If I go back to view the assignment. Okay, so the time is now yours to do that. I'm just pulling it back up again to show you like that example of having. Oh, that's wrong. Sorry. I was just going to show you that example of having the, there we go. That's the right one. Having that image of just shapes. Shapes are fun, you know? So if you're feeling like you can't come up with a creative word, don't do a word, right? So also only 18 more days of school, not counting cab days. That's insane. I think we're going to make it after all, which is nice. Okay, so last chance, last look here. You're really getting graded on a photograph, like a good photograph. So it has to be 3-dimensional. It should be at a good vantage point. So like, don't do it straight over top of it. Create like, almost like get like bend down a little bit. Because if you look at the examples again, one last time, let's see if I can get, here's some student drawings. If you look at those examples again, like honestly, the better drawings are going to be not exactly right on top. And you can get creative and you can add other things. Okay, so like having something a little bit more at a little bit of an angle, not total bird's eye. You guys know what a bird's eye view is? Don't take it bird's eye. Your better result will be a little bit more at an angle, like a 3/4 down angle. Okay, and especially getting a strong dramatic light on it. That's also important. Do you see here, like this one had like a really strong light source, like coming from one spot, and that's going to create really strong cast shadows. And that is definitely something that you want to think about. Okay, so like where it says here, once you've created it, control your lighting. Ideally, it has one light source. Maybe it's set up by a window, or it's in a room with a desk lamp, or it's in a doorway with light coming from inside the room, but dark in the hallway. Look to see that is clear where the highlights are. Look to see that there are clear cast shadows. How do you make the letters 3D is the question. Hold on a second. I just showed you how to do that. You want me to show you again? I'll show you again, no problem. Okay. How to draw them. Oh, don't worry about drawing right now. You're not drawing, you're taking a picture. Right now you're making your shapes. We will tackle drawing on Monday, right? We're not drawing right now. Don't put the, cart in front of the horse, right? We gotta build our cart first before we actually start running it. All right, you guys cool? Understand what's up? Okay, so you have time. It's 9 o'clock right now. I'm going to give you asynchronous work time to do this. I'm going to stay on the call here, but I'm going to also be working with my students that are physically in the room with me. And but if you need help, just like make sure you shout out really nice and loud, because I'm going to be walking around the room. Okay, so good luck, good fortune. Picture by 8 a.m. Monday. You got lots of time on this, so I definitely suggest you explore, look at your resource, really think about a word that might mean something to you. Think about, doing really interesting shapes. Have some fun with it. Yeah, have a great weekend. Have a great day. This is due not till Monday, so you got some time. Okay, I'll let you guys go. If anyone has any other questions, address those now. Otherwise, you are free to leave. The beautiful weather this weekend should be absolutely stunning. In the 70s. Get outside. Have a wonderful day and a better weekend. Yep, you guys. All right.
Bye. Have a good day.
Bye, Junior.
Bye.
Bye. All right.
Thank you. Enjoy your weekend.
Thanks, Chen. You have a good one too, hon. Look forward to see what you do.
Thank you.
Class. I know you guys are going to come up with something creative. All right, you ready? Let's make stuff. So, start. I'm going to give you guys tape so you can just kind of start. And then my advice is, you guys, will you be here on Monday? You're not going to be here on Monday. So this will be, I think we should try to get it done by the end of the period. Take your picture and then you'll work from the picture, right? If you want to take it home with you, I also have portfolio folders for you. And it would be fine. It might flatten out a little bit, but let me show you what I mean. I have these. These are optional for you to take. You can have them for, the work for the, you could even come back at the end of the day if you don't feel like dragging it around with you all day long. We can put your name on it, put it up against here. You guys are my only class that I have in person all day. So we could just do this. Honestly, it's quite safe. You see what I mean? So that's what I would encourage you to do, because it's better for you to take it home and actually draw from it. But I also know that it's a pain to carry this. How many of you are taking public transportation? Yeah, okay. So, I mean, it's not that bad, but this will be your choice. So if you want to get it done by the end of the period, get it done, take your picture, let me look at it. Let's make sure we're good to go. If you want to spread out and you want to stand up, all that workspace back there, you are free to get up and move over there. Honestly, this is not an art class. This is not fun to do sitting here. So I say get up and move over there and have some fun and, just start cutting and shaping and, whatever. Yeah.
I don't know if it's just me, but I never got a second paper. I only got the first.
Oh, okay. You know what? You can have mine that if you don't mind me kind of recycling, you can I'm just going to take this off and you can just turn it over and paste down to that. You guys good? Okay. You didn't get another paper either? Oh, goodness. Okay. Well, I guess I'll have to go and get another piece. I'll be right back. Okay. All right. But you can start cutting and shaping and I'll come right back. But yeah, go spread out, because it sucks to be sitting at a desk and kind of work. just realized I'm still recording. Ugh. I don't want to record anymore. Stop recording.